I am... That's stupid. Okay, I'm...
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the finals of the Fall Skirmish. Thank you so much for joining us and tuning in. We are here with the final week. It all comes down to this. We are here at South Hall, the San Jose McCurney Convention Center. We've taken it over for Fortnite with the help of DJ Yonder. Obviously, all the fans are here. They're all excited. As you know, I'm Zeke. And this time we are joined by Monster D-Face. Monster, how you feeling, my man?
Doing good, guys. We were back. Thank you guys for having me for a second time. Can't tell you guys how stoked I am to just have this opportunity to present for the Fortnite community. So super hype. I don't think I've ever seen a place fill up faster.
There's a lot of people.
It just happened. Hey. Everyone tuned in. It's so crazy. So yeah, man, make some noise, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in.
That's not noise, guys. Make some noise. Yeah!
And if you got the selfie with me at Monster D-Face on Twitter, make that happen, boys.
Now, yesterday we did have an explosive day one to start off the finals, so let's take a look at a recap coming out of yesterday.
TwitchCon for the Fall Skirmish Series Grand Finals. $1 million+ on the line. You've got the Stream-Invitational as well. Action throughout the weekend here at the Fortnite booth.
The excitement is, I can feel it, dude. I just want to see gameplay already. I'm ready to go, man.
This zone will chunk it on down. There's the quick shot from Hero. So good.
1v1.
Tfue looks like he's ready for the heal. It's not going to come on in. Tfue blocked by the tree. Tfue and Cloaksy prove why they are two of the favorites here this weekend.
4 left. Tfue still in it. Another Elim. 3 left.
He got bandages. He's still looking for it. Going to try to pop this heal as he's moving with the zone. It's going to do way too much damage. There's no way. But hey, it doesn't get much better than that. He's got healing outside the zone. He knew it. Look.
Nanolite gets the Elim there. There we go. Vilix Giganza. Redemption for the 1 HP. Redemption.
Trying to go for the no-scope for the heavy sniper. Now dropped on down to the water. He's trying to stay alive. He's now been glided on. The shot comes in. Is it enough? There it is! HP for Caliber as the victory comes on through. He's going for it.
Catch this player off guard.
Right on
doesn't see it, doesn't hear the glider apparently. The shot to the face.
Jesus playing the high ground. They've got everything they needed. Another elimination comes on in. More players dropping on down. The rockets from above. It's all collapsing on the enemies now. Pain on the low ground. Could it all go spiraling? And there it is!
G'day everyone.
That's it for Lupo and I until Sunday. Absolute blast. Thanks for the love and support.
That's a pretty good way to start the first day, but now we're back. We're back for Heat 3 and 4, where me and Monster will be hanging out all day, casting the games. Action was intense yesterday, but it's going to heat up even more today. The lobbies are even more stacked. There's a lot of things to cover, a lot of things to talk about, and we're going to show a lot of things like packages, things we've recorded. It's going to be a really, really fun day, Monster. I'm very excited to have you back. It's going to be the dynamic duo.
Dude.
We're doing it again. And I mean, look at this live audience. Again, you guys are
crazy.
killing it. One guy's just freaking shooting back there. What are you doing? You guys are so incredible. Thank you guys again. If you're here at TwitchCon and you are not here in South Hall, I'm not sure what you're doing. Come watch some Fortnite. Where are you? Come hang out with me and Monster.
You got to hurry up before the space is all taken up.
I'm going to have to find a beanbag later. It's going to be tough. Now, obviously, Monster, after yesterday's games, we saw 24 members compete or qualify, rather, for grand finals. Let's talk about the wild card.
Ooh.
This is going to be an interesting point of contention. So, we had two teams coming out in 13th spots. That is Sia Dark and Kevy 1 versus Ghost Sean and Ghost Kayun. Now, this is where things get interesting. So, we had 4 total points. We went to tiebreakers, right? Both teams had 4 points. Neither of them had a victorials. However, over there on 11 eliminations, you've got Ghost Sean and Ghost Kayun that will be making it in as the wild card going into grand finals. And what's cool is today we'll have 2 wild cards coming out of these heats.
That's right.
And then depending on how they place against each other, we'll have an additional wildcard team heading into grand finals.
I love how we just had a little touch on like seconds alive, like showed how much playtime they had up in there. So it goes down to the wire, guys. For the teams that are placing 13th, they are looking at everything. So when you're out there competing, every moment matters, every elim matters, every second that you can stay on that battlefield counts, and that's how close we are getting down to these wild card chooses, right? These choices.
It's coming. It's tough, man. There's a lot of great competition happening, but we'll talk about the schedule coming out today. So we're live all day, all throughout TwitchCon. The competition is about to start here at 10:30 with Heat 1, as you can see on the side of your screen there. Heat 2 and 3 will be later on in the day. We have the Stream Invitational. Don't forget, tomorrow, the last day. Tomorrow are the true grand finals. Me and Golden Boy will be here for Stream Invitational, and then Dr. Luke Courage will be back for the grand finals there. Coming up, Heat 1, 10 a.m. You got the featured streamer, so we're going to pop over to this Porta stream after, so we can take a little bit of a break, tune in some action there, come back at 2:30, and then obviously his show closes 6. It's going to be a really, really fun day. We've got a lot of surprises in store. So many things to talk about. It's going to be a super, super fun day. Now, we're going to hop on into the format because, that's something that I'm sure if you missed out on day 1, again, I'm not sure what you've been doing. You got to watch Fortnite, all right? We're bringing back the big bonus. It's been kind of a crowd favorite, so we're going back to an old favorite. 7 eliminations are going to net you 3 points. 5 to 6 is 2 points, and then 3 to 4 is 1 point.
And the big bonus, of course, after 7 eliminations, plus 1 point will be added to each elimination. So you want to break 7, you want to get extra points on top of that. That is literally how you have game-changing results, like yesterday with the Vape Jesus turnaround with Pain just coming out of nowhere, really taking themselves from bottom to the top and securing a first place in the Heat.
And they actually went into the final game with 1 point.
Went in with 1 point.
With 1 point. And in the last game, they got 7 points to come out as the #1 seed with 8. Due to that big bonus. So these games are going to be crazy. We're going to see some swings happen. And obviously, there's a lot of money here on the line heading in to the grand finals. The first place duo?
Gosh, look at those prizes.
What? I mean, and here's the cool thing is that if you make it to finals, everyone gets
Everyone's
money.
a winner.
Everyone is a winner. That's
and
huge.
Yeah, that's why those 13 places in these heats matter. And it's not like the last skirmish. You have one shot this time around. And I mean, if you're asking me, this is the most competitive competitive brackets that we've seen up until this point as far as all the skirmishes go. So it's really an honor to, get to watch these heats live. I'm so ready.
Man. The action is going to heat up. Again, we have plenty of little surprises sprinkled throughout the day. Obviously, I'm on the desk, so I can't do interviews, so we'll have also another surprise there. But yeah, I mean, guys, we also should talk about a very powerful dynamic duo heading into these heats. Nick Mercs and Ghost Aiden.
That was a surprise for me. I didn't think Mercs and Aiden were ever going to team up. To see these two, these notable names, these Tilted Tower Kings come together, it's going to be a great one. That's going to be quite the story for sure.
Yeah, man.
I don't think they're going to get touched. Like I think they're going to go, what's it, like 6 for 6 today?
6 for 6, that's it.
Yeah, 6 for 6 on the at least the openings, right? So
yeah.
It's going to be great. Who's going to have the gusto to land there? Because when you're
they're going
there. Yeah,
they're going to be there. That's where they're going.
Unspoken word. It's going to go down there. So it's going to be an interesting day of games, that's for sure.
Absolutely. We also have a little video package we want to show off for these two. So we'll take a look at that now. Last month at PAX West, Fortnite fans were left with their jaws on the ground as they watched 100 Thieves player and esports veteran Nick Mercs get dropped 4 times by a newcomer signed to Ghost Gaming by the name of Aiden Conrad in the epicenter of Battle Royale, Tilted Towers. Since then, the two have become some of the most impressive console players during the Fall Skirmish series. After the game, I managed to catch the two players for a few words that revealed an immense mutual respect between them.
It's a very unique and cool thing that him and I get to compete against PC guys and stuff and kind of put on for an entire community that I know I care a lot about. I'm sure you do as well. And we're both doing very well today, especially you.
We're doubted as console players, so to come in here and compete and play so high, it's awesome. And to meet Nick, it's awesome, man, having some good controller players in here.
Like a lot of console players, these two pros favor landing in Tilted Towers, where the landscape affords them the opportunity to rack up elims early with plenty of cover. Just as it looked like this rivalry would be heating up, the Fortnite community received another surprise when Nick Mercs tweeted out word that he and Aiden would be teaming up for some duos practice, heavily hinting at a Fortnite console dream team at TwitchCon. The two come from different pro teams and clubs, with Nick representing 100 Thieves and the Lucky Llamas, while Aiden waves the flag for the Dusty Dogs and, of course, Ghost Gaming. But it looks like Nick Mercs might be taking the younger Aiden under his wing. As the old saying goes, birds of a feather flock together. Well, there you have it, and there they are.
The champs.
Nick Mercs, if you can hear us, wave your hand.
He's way back there. He's very deep.
Focused. You can see they're already discussing strategy. Man, I mean, look. That's only one of the unbelievable pair of duos that we've got coming in here in Heat 3 and Heat 4. Some notable ones, DMO and Bizzle, also Ghost. We've also got the likes of Morgasi and Saint will be joining us as well. I mean, they're on the top left, Ghost and Aiden and Nick Mercs. And then obviously we've got like X Factor, Nate Hill and Funk Bomb showing up to this as well. Thing of note that's worth mentioning, so Morgasi is going to be here with his duo, and he was the PAX winner at the Grand Finals. Right. Now, Ghost, DMO, and Bizzle. Bizzle actually placed second at PAX Finals. Nate Hill makes a return, and came in 4th, so we've got a lot of... I mean, it's going to be nuts.
We have, like, 3 teams of champions from the PAX Finals all in the same heat. Just shows you how much... how much competition is coming into Heat 3 today. And, I mean, who's going to take it, right? Who's going to take it?
Oh, my gosh. That's hard to say because, again, just take a look at some of these names. I mean, there's so many unbelievably good people here. They'll be representing...
You have people like 100T, Parallax, and Kenneth. Another, just bomb squad right there.
But the cool thing is as well, we also have North American teams and European teams. So these guys are finally going head-to-head
on land.
Something worth noting as well. In day 1, we had 12 European teams.
Wow.
Across Heat 1 and Heat 2. Teams made it through.
No way.
So the finals, it's gonna be anyone's game,
EU
man.
boys showing up.
Yeah,
Showcase.
I cannot wait. It's going to be super, super fun. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for Heat 3 and Heat 4. Grand finals are tomorrow. I mean, dude, could you even make me a prediction? Like, I can't. There's too many good names.
You know, I got to meet Bizu and DMO back there. They look so cool. Cold as ice.
They were cold as ice?
Cold as ice. Just chilling. So, like, you know, you can tell just by their posture and whatnot. I really think they're ready to come bring it. Yep. And, I mean, we've seen skirmish after skirmish. These guys show up and put in work. And just many different players out there that are great duo teams that are coming in together. So I think my money's on the Ghost Boys, man. Ghost Boys.
Yeah, interesting. Another thing we saw is we had the glider redeploy. That's been in the game, and that's what players are playing with right now. And we've seen that shake up the meta a little bit. We actually talked about it before coming on cast. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, so like the glider redeploy, I think that was a big surprise for all me included. I thought we were going to come back and be like, oh yeah, you know, TwitchCon's going to be awesome. We're going to come back to a new patch. They were like, nope. Epic Games released the patch, so it really shakes things up for competitive players. And I think that's also part of the reason why you saw heavy amounts of players alive in the final zones. Now rotations are a little bit easier. Map conservation is even better, considering that they can just fly on in. And, you know, from their high grounds and whatnot. So yeah. I think with yesterday's showcasing, I mean, the two heats were different. One was like, you know, kind of a clash. Two was a little bit more of a standoff. I don't know what to expect today. It can really go either way.
Yeah. We'll have to find out as we get into the action. Now, a little surprise I talked about, obviously, I'm up here, I can't do interviews. So we are joined by the community manager of the game.
That's right.
Nathan Mooney. Hey, Moon, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Zeke. Thank you for, just calling it out, man. I'm here with Sundown. It's your boy Mooney. We're going to talk here about some EU NA prediction. We got a spicy potential grand finals here. Talk to me about that, Cam.
Yeah, so absolutely. I have been incredibly impressed so far with the quality of play coming out from the EU boys who came across the pond. We have seen 8 of the 12 teams qualify for the grand final already. That's 1/3 of the teams coming through EU, despite only having 12 total. So very impressive, and we've seen consistently good performance. Not only are they qualifying, but they're qualifying in the top half of the group.
Right, and you got to look as you're coming over from the across the Atlantic, the Battle of the Atlantic and the grand finals. We're going to see if they can really show up against this NA audience, and if the NA teams can show up against the EU. Because talk to me about that more. Do you think there are any specific call-outs or predictions you have for finals? Teams are right through.
So particularly for grand finals and today, I'm on 2 teams from each heat. In Heat 3, the Dusty Dog dynamic duo of Boyer and Seba are absolutely deadly. Typically a lot stronger solo players, but they've shown they perform as a duo. And I'm incredibly excited about the Latvian region combo of Paytech and Domentos. Paytech plays for and Domentos is from Secret. Very top-tier organizations coming out of EU, and they have shown that they have the ability to play.
Got it. Can't wait to see that. Lots of good players. Should be a spicy game today. Back to you, Zeke.
Thank you, Moon. You are incredible as always. So Mooney will be joining us throughout the day to conduct some interviews, and it's going to be a grand old time. We've also got something a little spicy planned up for he and I later, but we'll get more into that as the day goes on. We're getting ready. All the players are boarding the battle bus. We're gearing up to get action started, but dude, I'm so pumped.
I want to jump on that little EU discussion really quickly. You notice that like Mitro is considered one of the top dogs in the EU scene. Yes. I found it to be so crazy how he came to the NA scene and literally plays just underneath our top dogs, right? T3 and Cloaksy, just showing that the EU boys are here to make a statement and make a name for themselves. So big shout out to anyone that traveled this far and made it worthwhile, because that's pretty impressive, man. It was a crazy Heat 1 and 2 yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a great point. I mean, a lot of these EU players showing up huge, and I think it's really interesting, especially to see where we are in the current state of the game with, the Fortnite Nightmares things happen. We see the floating island explode. What's interesting is all throughout the day we watched Mitra and Majin, how they made rotations, especially with the glider to deploy, redeploy.
Just showcasing their, like, why they're top tier.
The glider redeploy was introduced not that long ago, and already they've adapted it.
Yeah.
They've already shown, it's like, oh, you gave us a new tool on the tool belt? Okay, we'll just continue this layout and be second in this seed.
They really put it to work. Coming in second is insane.
Oh my gosh. We'll take a look. So don't forget, it's the final week. We've got clubs, all right? So we'll take a look at a small video package we have lined up for that. So let's take a look.
So with the Fall Skirmish, we introduce clubs. There's 5. You've got the Bush Bandits, the Dusty Dogs, the Rift Raiders, the Fortnite, and the Lucky Llamas. There's 100 participants for each club, 50 from North America and 50 from Europe. Now what's cool is every week we select 20 members from each club to participate in the Friday skirmishes. Not only that, but during the week we've got the trials, you've got things like the Lazy Links Tour, ATK Grand Prix, Spin and Win, and so much more. On top of that, we have a $4 million prize pool. So week in and week out, these clubs are competing to see who will come out on top. And from a fan perspective, this changes the game. So not only are you cheering on your favorite streamer, YouTuber, content creator, you're actually cheering on an entire team. Every week after the trials, we release the standings. And it's been so cool. All the players from all over come together and try to get their team to the top of the standings. One of my favorite trials of the Fall Skirmish was definitely Spin and Win. So we spun this giant wheel and issued the club challenges. You had things like food, where they had to recreate their best interpretation of a Fortnite-themed food. You had things like club anthems, where members of the clubs had to come together and create their own anthem.
Almost heaven, tilt the towers.
On top of that, you have budget cosplay, where players had 1 hour to come up with a cosplay from whatever they had lying around the house. That was definitely one of my favorites for sure. It was so incredible seeing all these players come together and be so creative. Outside of the traditional competitive skirmishes, the clubs have added this new layer of ways to celebrate the community and engage them in new, unique, and creative ways. And it all culminates here at Twitch. $4 million is the club's last chance to shoot top. So stay tuned and don't forget to rep your favorite club.
My, oh my, it all culminates here at TwitchCon. You know, Monster, you are a club member. I think you're a Lucky Llama. Fortnite.
No, we are here, boys.
Do we have any Rift Raider fans in the audience? Any Rift Raiders?
That's right, we got a couple.
That's basically no one. They're not Rift Raiders. Are you guys Bush Bandits fans?
Yeah.
Bush Bandits fans, that's what it is. We're just rotating in the fans as groups. That's what it is. But my goodness, it all culminates here. We've watched an incredible series so far. Now, if you guys at home, if you haven't logged into Fortnite, you need to do that, because we also have club banners in-game that you can actually use to represent your favorite club. Take a look, man. I mean, look at these. So you can have the, look at that llama. Oh, well, I mean for you, Rift Raider looks great. All those other ones. The Rift Raider one, though.
Rift Raider. Let's go with it. Let's go with it.
And obviously, we've got Fortnite mirrors going on for a little bit. Got to fight off some of the Cube Fiends. We've seen some interesting developments. So let's take a look at the trailer. Fort Nightmares. You gotta love it. Those cube fiends, they are dangerous. They are deadly. They're coming to hunt you down. Can you fend them off? I don't know. You tell me. You should let me know. The answer should be yes, though. Should be fun. And obviously, don't forget, there's also challenges associated in-game where you can unlock free rewards like that glider we saw.
Get them done. Get them done.
And Deadfire, like, levels up and stuff and, like, engulfs in flame. Oh, it's so good. Play Fort Nightmares. I haven't had time, but I want to play Fort Nightmares with you, so let's get in touch. Let us play games. Now, obviously, before we hop into game here, we want to touch on what patch we're on. That's 6V. Let me take a look here to be very specific with you.
6.20.
That's right. Now, we are not running the Cube Fiends or the Spawners. So everything else is exactly the same. This is just to provide the best player experience. So we'll keep an eye out on that. The players are boarding the battle bus. They're all getting their seats. Nick, Mercs, and Aiden, I mean, they're just making a ruckus back there. They're just making it difficult for other players to get on the bus. That's what's taking so long. What's going on, Nick, Mercs? Aiden, come on, just sit down. Nick is just flexing. He's too strong. But Monster, it's going to be an incredible day. Again, we're here for Heat 3. We're here for Heat 4. That's 4 games in both. We'll play 2, take a short break, and then play 2. Come back later on in the day for those games. But I am looking forward to all the action. I mean, how has the meta shifted a little bit for you? What have you observed?
Yeah, so like I think the competitors are a little bit lucky that they decided to disable the cube monsters. There's strategies around, of course, you know, farming the horde so you can get a really great loadout. So there's pros and cons, but man, the cons of having these things interfere with combat, I think was a big fear. So coming in and them realizing that, you know, everything's kind of notched down, but they can work with everything else, I think it's gonna be real nice. So the whole glider redeploy system, you know, rotation, saving materials and stuff like that is gonna be so much more effective and easy. So I'm excited to see what they do under 6.2.
Yeah, should be pretty fun, man. And again, I mean, the lobbies, who are you guys at home? Who are you guys at home cheering for? Don't forget to use that hashtag #FallSkirmish.